Concerns are growing among medical professionals with bowel cancer screening rates now dropping for a second year in a row. These are the bowel cancer testing kits that you get mailed after you're a certain age. You get mailed to your home. You are asked to do it, and the numbers of people actually doing it is dropping. Now, my next guest knows the importance of these tests better than just about anyone else. Described as a sliding doors moment of his life, and I've talked to him about it before. One morning in 2019, Mark Allen tuned into the radio to a discussion on bowel cancer. That was the catalyst, and he thought he'd better get himself tested. He had 2 children, radio personality, former golf professional, and an all-round great guy. He was given the devastating news that, in fact, he had stage 4 bowel cancer. Now, after his diagnosis, he described himself as a dead man walking. He endured a gruelling 14 months of treatment, but I'm glad to say he's been on this program before. He's fit and healthy now. And it is Bowel Cancer Awareness Month in June. Mark Allen joins us. Mark, how's your health?
My health's magnificent at the moment, Steve. I could not be better. I'm really happy to tell you.
So this is June is Bowel Cancer Awareness Month. How crucial is this envelope testing that you get sent to your home and asked to do?
It's incredibly crucial now. I mean, if you're over 50 and a man or a woman, bowel cancer is the number 2 cancer killer in this country. Unfortunately, Steve, if you're in the group of 25 to 44, male or female, it's the number 1 cancer killer. So when we at Bowel Cancer Australia, I'm an ambassador, and look, to tell you the truth, Bowel Cancer Australia is doing some amazing work. When we hear the news that 6 in 10 people aren't doing the test when it arrives in their letterbox for nothing, when they're not doing that test, we're pulling our hair out, because we know that if you catch bowel cancer at stage 1 or 2, it is the easiest of all the cancers to fix. If you happen to catch it at 3 or 4, then it is the biggest killer. But that's not where it stops, Steve, because what really is getting up my nose is that if you do go through the trouble of, wiping your bum, putting a little bit of poo in the test kit and getting it done. You've got to speak plainly when you're talking about this. If you go to that trouble and you get a positive result, well, unfortunately, there is a 5-month wait for a colonoscopy at the moment. Now, that's got to change as well, because I can promise you this.
5 months?
I was lucky enough to know doctors at Kingston Heath Golf Club. When I told them about that I was due for a colonoscopy and I had a 2.5-month wait, they pulled a few strings, made a phone call, and they got it done. I was getting a colonoscopy the next week. If I had to wait 5 months like it is today, I'd be brown bread. I'm dead. It's as simple as that. So the 5-month wait, that's a really big deal.
Is the federal government, Mark, listening to people like yourselves who've been through this and, stared death in the face when you talk to them and ask them, how come you're letting this take 5 months to get a colonoscopy? What is it? A shortage of specialists? What is it?
Look, I don't know. I think the state governments, I think it might be up to them. I think you see what's happening in Victoria. I know you live down here. I think the same sort of thing is happening right around the country. We're getting more and more people coming into this country, but no one seems to be planning and building more hospitals and getting all that sort of stuff done. So that's my concern. That is my huge, huge concern, that we're going to this trouble. But for the people who are, testing positive and they are stage 3 or 4, like I said, there'll be quite a few of them. If they have to wait 5 months, they won't make it. They will be dead, because if you catch bowel cancer at stage 3 or 4, it is the hardest one to fix. I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm so incredibly fortunate. My story is ridiculous, how fortunate I am. But I'm worried about the future. And, if we have to get more colonoscopy machines in, I don't know what we're going to do. But for some reason, bowel cancer is going the wrong way, and nobody likes it at Bowel Cancer Australia.
Yeah, I'll follow that up, and I'll get some of the either state government ministers responsible or the health experts and try and explain that to me. I just want to ask you about a different issue. I mean, putting your sporting hat back on, The Paris Olympic Games are not far away now. We've got those magnificent swimming trials that I know you will have been watching that are underway right now. Our swimmers are breaking world records every night. And don't forget, I mean, these are world records without those suits on that they wore years ago. But I can't believe that the parents of Olympians who are already paying a fortune to fly to Paris to see their children compete in an Olympic Games, they are being asked to pay thousands of euros to secure tickets. Surely the parents, even if it's just mum and dad or mum and big sister or brother, would be eligible for a couple of free tickets to watch their children compete, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know what parents do. They go to the end of the earth for their kids, you know, even if it's local footy or local netball or golf or tennis or whatever it might be. But the parents involved with swimmers, you know, getting them to the pool by 4:30 a.m. in the morning, doing it all again after school. Then their dream is it's made for them. The family's over the moon. They start getting some tickets to go overseas. It's going to cost them 50,000 Australian dollars. They need some help. Now, how many Olympians do we have going over? 200, 250? Every family needs a bit of help. Why wouldn't the government just, you know, put 20,000 away for each family of every athlete? I mean, we are a very, very rich nation compared to others. And it is such a shame to see the parents who have so much to do with getting their kids to Paris, getting them stuck at home, or, you know, having to mortgage the house, or, you know, getting way behind in financials just to go and see their kid live out their dream. I think it's a real shame, and it's something that Elbow should be looking at.
The greatest swimmer on earth currently, Ariane Titmus, who broke her own world record this week, her parents are predicted to have to fork out $20,000 just to watch her swim. The mother of a female boxer from Melbourne who's made the Olympic team, she's had to buy tickets in each of the sessions because she doesn't know when her daughter's actually going to be tabled or predicted to fight. So she's got to buy, you know, tickets for 3 consecutive days. Makes no sense, Mark.
No, it's insane. That's absolutely insane, Steve. I hate hearing that. I absolutely hate it because, like I said before, you know the sacrifices parents make for their kids. That's not fair. These kids are getting to the pinnacle of their sport, and we're letting their parents down. Something needs to change. And look, it's potentially a really good story from somebody in charge. You know, here's a political leader. Here's an opportunity to do something great and to put smiles on faces of Australians and help these families out so they can see their kids do so well over there in Paris.
Just briefly, US Open golf's on. I know you'll be watching it, so will I. Overnight, Rory McIlroy, 5 under, hasn't won a major for 10 years. Can he finally do it again?
Yeah, he can. Look, he hit the ball pretty crooked today and still shot the 5 under without any bogeys. It was impressive. Scotty Scheffler's lurking. You know, he hit the ball terrible and still shot. I think it was just 1 over par. He's only 6 behind. But keep an eye on a Swedish kid called Ludvig Aberg. He's a superstar. He hit every fairway today, averaging 321 yards, so 290 metres off the tee. Didn't miss a fairway. He's a superstar. And I think he's going to win this week in his 3rd ever major at Pinehurst number 2.
Mark, thanks for updating us on the bowel cancer issue. I promise you I'll follow that up in the next week while I'm filling in for Peter. Good on you, mate. Thanks.
Pleasure.